Welcome to the United Kingdom, a land where ancient history meets modern innovation, where rolling green hills give way to dramatic coastlines, and where every corner tells a story that spans millennia. From the bustling streets of London to the mystical highlands of Scotland, from the rugged beauty of Wales to the enchanting landscapes of Northern Ireland, the UK offers an extraordinary tapestry of experiences that will captivate your heart and ignite your imagination. This is a nation that has shaped the world through literature, music, science, and culture. Here, you can walk in the footsteps of Shakespeare, explore castles that have stood for centuries, discover landscapes that inspired countless artists, and experience the warmth of British hospitality that welcomes travelers from every corner of the globe. Whether you're seeking adventure in ancient woodlands, tranquility beside pristine lakes, excitement in vibrant cities, or wonder among prehistoric monuments, the United Kingdom promises memories that will last a lifetime. Join us on this incredible journey through one of the world's most diverse and captivating destinations. London, England, London. The beating heart of England and one of the world's greatest cities, stands as a magnificent testament to the perfect blend of tradition and modernity. This vibrant metropolis, home to over 8 million people, offers an unparalleled urban experience that seamlessly weaves together years and years of history with cutting-edge contemporary culture. Begin your London adventure at the iconic Tower Bridge, where Victorian engineering marvel meets stunning Thames views. Walk across its glass floor and feel the thrill of looking down at the river below. Just steps away, the Tower of London waits with its fascinating collection of crown jewels and its dark history of royal imprisonment and execution. The majesty of Buckingham Palace provides a glimpse into the world of British royalty, while Westminster Abbey and the Houses of Parliament showcase the architectural grandeur that has defined London's skyline for centuries. Don't miss the opportunity to hear Big Ben's famous chimes echoing across the Thames. London's cultural offerings are second to none. The British Museum houses treasures from across the globe, including the Rosetta Stone and Egyptian mummies. The Tate Modern transforms industrial architecture into stunning contemporary art galleries, while the National Gallery displays masterpieces from Da Vinci to Van Gogh. For a taste of London's famous markets, explore Borough Market's gourmet delights, browse antiques at Portobello Road, or discover unique fashion at Camden Market. The city's culinary scene has evolved from traditional pub fare to world-class international cuisine, with more Michelin-starred restaurants than any other city except Paris. Take a leisurely stroll through Hyde Park. Enjoy afternoon tea at Harrods. Catch a world-class show in the West End, or experience the eclectic nightlife in Shoreditch. London's extensive underground system makes every neighborhood accessible, from the historic charm of Covent Garden to the modern skyscrapers of Canary Wharf. Cambridge City, England, Cambridge, the famous university city, enchants visitors with its stunning medieval architecture, prestigious academic atmosphere, and timeless traditions that have endured for over 800 years. This compact city, easily explored on foot or by bicycle, offers an intimate glimpse into centuries of learning and discovery. The University of Cambridge, one of the world's oldest and most prestigious institutions, dominates the city center with its magnificent colleges. King's College Chapel, with its soaring Gothic architecture and world-famous choir, stands as one of the finest examples of English perpendicular Gothic architecture. The chapel's fan-vaulted ceiling and stunning stained glass windows create an atmosphere of profound beauty and spiritual reverence. Trinity College, founded by Henry VIII, boasts the largest courtyard in Cambridge and houses one of the world's most beautiful libraries, the Wren Library, designed by Sir Christopher Wren. Here, you can see original manuscripts by Newton, Byron, and Winnie the Pooh author A.L. Milne. The River Cam provides the perfect setting for punting, Cambridge's most beloved tradition. Glide along the peaceful waterway as your punt chauffeur shares stories of student life and points out the college backs, the stunning rear views of the colleges that face the river. The mathematical bridge at Queen's College and the Bridge of Sighs at St. John's College are particularly photogenic spots. Cambridge's compact city center features charming cobblestone streets lined with independent bookshops, cozy cafes, and traditional pubs where students and academics have gathered for generations. The Eagle Pub famously served as the meeting place where Watson and Crick announced their discovery of DNA structure. The Fitzwilliam Museum houses impressive collections of art and antiquities, while the Sedgwick Museum of Earth Sciences showcases fascinating geological specimens. For a unique experience, attend Evensong at one of the college chapels or catch a performance at the ADC Theatre, run entirely by students. Liverpool, England and Liverpool, the birthplace of the Beatles and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, pulses with musical energy, maritime history, and cultural innovation. This dynamic port city on the Mersey River has reinvented itself from industrial powerhouse to cultural capital, offering visitors an intoxicating blend of history, music, art, and Scouse hospitality. The Beatles story at Albert Dock provides the ultimate pilgrimage for music fans, featuring authentic memorabilia, recreated venues, and immersive experiences that bring the Fab Four's journey to life. Continue your musical exploration at the Cavern Club, where the Beatles played nearly 300 times, and visit childhood homes of John Lennon and Paul McCartney, now preserved by the National Trust. Liverpool's magnificent waterfront, known as the Three Graces, showcases the city's maritime heritage through the Royal Liver Building, Cunard Building, and Port of Liverpool Building. The Merseyside Maritime Museum tells the compelling story of Liverpool's role in global trade, immigration, and the tragic Titanic disaster. The Albert Dock, a stunning example of Victorian dock architecture, houses world-class attractions including Tate Liverpool, which features the best of modern and contemporary art outside London. The International Slavery Museum provides a thought-provoking examination of the transatlantic slave trade and its legacy. Liverpool Cathedral, one of the largest Anglican cathedrals in the world, offers breathtaking city views from its tower, while the Roman Catholic Cathedral, known as Paddy's Wigwam for its distinctive circular design, represents bold modern architecture, the city's vibrant cultural scene extends beyond music to embrace contemporary art, theater, and literature. The Walker Art Gallery houses pre-Raphaelite masterpieces, while the Everyman and Playhouse theaters showcase cutting-edge drama. Experience authentic Scouse culture in the city's legendary pubs. Sample local delicacies like Scouse stew, and feel the passion at Anfield or Goodison Park, home to Liverpool FC and Everton FC respectively. The city's nightlife rivals any in Europe, with everything from underground clubs to sophisticated cocktail bars. Manchester. England. Manchester, the world's first industrial city, has transformed itself into a vibrant cultural hub that perfectly balances its proud industrial heritage with contemporary innovation. This energetic city in northwest England captivates visitors with its rich history, outstanding museums, thriving music scene, and the infectious enthusiasm of its residents. The Industrial Revolution comes alive at the Museum of Science and Industry, housed in the world's oldest surviving passenger railway station. Here, you can explore steam engines, textile machinery, and interactive exhibits that explain how Manchester became the workshop of the world. The nearby Castlefield area, with its restored canal system and Victorian warehouses, provides a picturesque setting for waterside dining and evening strolls. Manchester's musical legacy runs deep. From the Halle Orchestra, one of the UK's oldest symphony orchestras, to legendary bands like the Smiths, Oasis, and Joy Division. The city's music venues, from intimate clubs to grand concert halls, continue to nurture emerging talent while hosting international stars. The Northern Quarter, Manchester's creative district, buzzes with independent shops, vintage stores, record shops, and quirky bars housed in converted Victorian buildings. Street art adorns many walls, creating an outdoor gallery that reflects the area's artistic spirit. Manchester Art Gallery showcases an impressive collection of pre-Raphaelite paintings, while the Whitworth Art Gallery, set in beautiful Whitworth Park, combines historical and contemporary works in stunning modern galleries that won the Museum of the Year award. Football is integral to Manchester's identity, with both Manchester United at Old Trafford and Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium offering stadium tours and match experiences that reveal the passion and pageantry of English football culture. The city's culinary scene has evolved dramatically, with everything from traditional pub grub to innovative fine dining. The Great Northern Warehouse and Spinning Fields offer upscale shopping and dining, while the historic pubs of the city centre serve excellent local ales and hearty British fare. Manchester's compact city centre makes it easy to explore on foot, with excellent public transport connections to surrounding areas. The city's friendly locals, known as Mancunians, are always ready to share recommendations and stories about their beloved city. Birmingham, England. Birmingham, England's second largest city, surprises visitors with its dynamic cultural scene, architectural diversity, and culinary excellence. Once known primarily as an industrial center, Birmingham has undergone remarkable regeneration to become a cosmopolitan destination that celebrates both its manufacturing heritage and its bright future. The city centre showcases stunning contrasts. From the Victorian grandeur of the Council House and Town Hall to the sleek modernity of the Bull Ring shopping complex with its distinctive Selfridges building, covered in thousands of aluminum discs that shimmer in the sunlight. Birmingham's canal network, longer than Venice's, provides peaceful waterways through the urban landscape. The Gas Street Basin, beautifully restored and lined with narrowboats, restaurants, and bars, offers a tranquil escape from city bustle. Take a canal boat tour to appreciate the engineering feat that once transported goods across England. The Jewellery Quarter, a designated conservation area, tells the story of Birmingham's role in jewelry and metalworking industries. The Museum of the Jewellery Quarter, housed in a preserved workshop, demonstrates traditional craftsmanship techniques that continue today. Browse contemporary jewelry shops and discover unique pieces created by local artisans. Cultural attractions abound, with Birmingham Museum and Art Gallery housing the world's largest collection of pre-Raphaelite paintings. The Birmingham Back-to-Backs, the city's last surviving court of back-to-back houses, provides insight into 19th century working-class life through guided tours by costumed interpreters. Birmingham's reputation as Britain's curry capital is well-deserved, with the Balti Triangle offering authentic Pakistani and Bangladeshi cuisine in family-run restaurants. The city's food scene extends far beyond curry, with innovative restaurants, artisan producers, and diverse international cuisines reflecting the city's multicultural character. The Symphony Hall, home to the City of Birmingham Symphony Orchestra, ranks among the world's finest concert venues for acoustic quality. The nearby Town Hall, a stunning example of Roman classical architecture, hosts various performances and events throughout the year. For family entertainment, Cadbury World in nearby Bourneville tells the story of chocolate making through interactive exhibits, historical displays, and plenty of tastings. The original Cadbury factory and model village demonstrate Victorian ideals of workers' welfare. Seven Sisters Country Park, England, Seven Sisters Country Park, stretching along East Sussex's dramatic coastline, presents one of England's most spectacular natural landscapes. These iconic white chalk cliffs, rising majestically from the English Channel, have inspired artists, writers, and filmmakers while serving as a powerful symbol of England's natural beauty and resilience. The Seven Sisters Cliffs, formed millions of years ago and continuously shaped by erosion, create an undulating horizon that changes character throughout the day as light and shadow play across their surfaces. Each of the seven hills, Haven Brow, Short Brow, Rough Brow, Brass Point, Flagstaff Brow, Bailey's Hill, and Went Hill, offers unique perspectives and photographic opportunities. The South Downs Way, a long-distance footpath that crosses the park, provides access to breathtaking viewpoints and diverse habitats. The Clifftop Walk offers panoramic views across the Channel to France on clear days, while inland paths wind through ancient downland, home to rare wildflowers, butterflies, and birds. Cuckmere Haven, where the meandering river Cuckmere meets the sea, creates a unique estuary environment that supports abundant wildlife. The Oxbow Lakes and salt marsh provide habitat for numerous bird species, making it a paradise for birdwatchers and nature photographers. The park's visitor center, housed in a beautifully converted flint barn, offers exhibitions about the area's geology, wildlife, and cultural history. Interactive displays explain how the landscape was formed and how it continues to evolve through natural processes. Nearby Seaford Head Nature Reserve extends the coastal experience with additional cliff walks and the historic Seaford Head Martello Tower, one of 74 defensive towers built during the Napoleonic era. The reserve's chalk grassland supports rare plants and insects found nowhere else in Britain. For those seeking adventure, the area offers excellent opportunities for hiking, cycling, and wildlife photography. The dramatic coastline has featured in numerous films and television productions, including Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire and Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. The nearby village of Alfriston, known as one of England's prettiest villages, provides a perfect complement to the natural attractions with its medieval buildings, cozy pubs, and antique shops set around a picturesque village green. Cheddar Gorge. England, Cheddar Gorge. Britain's largest gorge and a site of special scientific interest. Cuts dramatically through the Mendip Hills in Somerset, creating one of the most spectacular natural landmarks in England. This limestone canyon, carved by melting glacial waters over millions of years, combines geological wonder with prehistoric significance and culinary fame. The gorge's towering cliffs rise up to 450 feet on both sides, creating a natural cathedral of limestone that displays millions of years of geological history in its layers and formations. The dramatic rock faces provide habitat for rare plants and nesting sites for peregrine falcons, ravens, and jackdaws that wheel overhead on thermal currents. Gough's Cave, discovered in 1890, reveals an underground wonderland of stalactites, stalagmites, and flowstone formations illuminated by subtle lighting that enhances their natural beauty. The cave system extends far beyond the public areas, with ongoing archaeological excavations revealing evidence of human habitation dating back 40,000 years. Cox's Cave, smaller but equally fascinating, showcases delicate crystal formations in the famous Frozen Waterfall, a flowstone cascade that appears to tumble down the cave wall. Both caves maintain a constant temperature of 11 degrees C year-round, providing a cool retreat in summer and a warm haven in winter. The Cheddar Man, Britain's oldest complete skeleton at 10,000 years old, was discovered in Gough's Cave and provides fascinating insights into our Mesolithic ancestors. Recent DNA analysis revealed surprising details about the appearance and lifestyle of these early Britons, displayed in the museum alongside other archaeological treasures. Cheddar's most famous export, traditional cheddar cheese, originated in these caves where the constant temperature and humidity created perfect aging conditions. Local cheesemakers continue traditional methods, aging wheels of cheese in the natural cave environment that gives authentic cheddar its distinctive flavor. The Gorge Walk, a circular route along the cliff tops, offers spectacular views across the Somerset Levels to the Quantock Hills and Bristol Channel. Jacob's Ladder, a 274-step climb carved into the cliff face, leads to a lookout tower providing panoramic views across the gorge and surrounding countryside. Adventure activities abound, with rock climbing routes suitable for all abilities, caving expeditions into lesser-known passages, and mountain biking trails through the surrounding Mendip Hills. The area's network of public footpaths connects to the West Mendip Way and other long-distance trails. Bath, England. Bath, a UNESCO World Heritage City, stands as one of Europe's most elegant and architecturally cohesive cities. Built from warm, honey-colored bath stone, this Georgian masterpiece combines Roman heritage with 18th century urban planning to create a living museum of extraordinary beauty and cultural significance. The Roman baths, from which the city takes its name, provide a fascinating glimpse into ancient Roman life and engineering. The sacred hot springs, which still flow at a constant 46 degrees Celsius, fed elaborate bathing complexes where Romans came for health, relaxation, and social interaction. The Great Bath, with its terrace overlooking the steaming waters, creates an almost mystical atmosphere enhanced by period music and the flicker of torches at evening visits. The Pump Room, Bath's social heart during the Georgian era, continues to welcome visitors who can sample the mineral-rich spa water while enjoying morning coffee or traditional afternoon tea. The elegant neoclassical interior, with its crystal chandeliers and columns, hosts regular chamber music performances that recreate the refined atmosphere of Jane Austen's time. Bath Abbey, known as the Lantern of the West for its magnificent perpendicular Gothic architecture and extensive stained glass, dominates the city center. The Abbey's fan-vaulted ceiling and carved angels climbing Jacob's Ladder on the west front create one of England's most photographed ecclesiastical facades. The Royal Crescent, a sweeping arc of 30 Georgian townhouses designed by John Wood the Younger, represents the pinnacle of Georgian architecture. Number 1 Royal Crescent, now a museum, recreates authentic Georgian interiors complete with period furniture, paintings, and household items that bring 18th century domestic life to vivid reality. The Circus, another architectural triumph by John Wood the Elder, forms a perfect circular arrangement of townhouses adorned with classical columns representing the 3 architectural orders. This innovative urban design influenced city planning across the British Empire and beyond. Jane Austen, who lived in Bath from 1801 to 1806, used the city as the setting for Northanger Abbey and Persuasion. The Jane Austen Center celebrates her connection to Bath through exhibits, costumed guides, and a delightful tea room serving period refreshments. Bath's cultural calendar includes the internationally renowned Bath Festival, featuring classical music, literature, and jazz performances in venues ranging from the Abbey to intimate Georgian drawing rooms. The city's numerous independent shops, from antiquarian bookstores to contemporary galleries, reflect Bath's continuing role as a center of culture and refinement. The Thermae Bath Spa, Britain's only natural thermal spa, allows modern visitors to experience the healing waters that attracted the Romans. The rooftop pool, with views across Bath's UNESCO cityscape, provides an unforgettable way to relax while immersed in 2,000 years of spa tradition. Shropshire, England. Shropshire, England's most rural county, offers an idyllic landscape of rolling hills, medieval market towns, and pristine countryside that seems untouched by time. This peaceful border county, nestled between England and Wales, rewards visitors with some of Britain's most beautiful and unspoiled scenery, rich industrial heritage, and warm hospitality. The Shropshire Hills, designated as an area of outstanding natural beauty, encompass diverse landscapes from the dramatic Longmine Plateau to the distinctive volcanic cone of the Wrekin. These ancient hills provide excellent hiking opportunities with panoramic views extending across the Welsh borders to Snowdonia and the Brecon Beacons on clear days. Iron Bridge Gorge, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, tells the story of the Industrial Revolution through remarkably preserved 18th and 19th century industrial landscape. The Iron Bridge itself, the world's first cast iron bridge, built in 1779, spans the River Severn as a testament to British engineering ingenuity. The surrounding museums, including Bliss Hill Victorian Town, bring industrial history to life through working demonstrations and costumed interpreters. Shrewsbury, the county town, enchants visitors with its medieval street pattern and timber-framed buildings that lean precariously over narrow cobblestone lanes. The town's loop of the River Severn creates a natural moat around the historic center, while Shrewsbury Abbey, founded in 1080, provides peaceful gardens and literary connections to Ellis Peters's Brother Cadfael mysteries. Ludlow, often called England's foodie capital, combines outstanding gastronomy with medieval architecture. The town's ruined castle overlooks the River Tenby and Causeway, while the medieval grid of streets houses some of Britain's finest restaurants, traditional pubs, and artisan food producers. The annual Ludlow Food Festival celebrates local produce and culinary excellence. Much Wenlock, a charming market town, played a crucial role in reviving the Olympic Games. William Penny Brooks founded the Wenlock Olympian Games here in 1850, inspiring Pierre de Coubertin to establish the modern Olympics. The town's Norman Priory ruins and timber-framed Guildhall create a perfect setting for exploring this Olympic heritage. The county's black and white villages, including Clun, Bishop's Castle, and Church Stretton, showcase traditional English architecture against backdrops of unspoiled countryside. These settlements serve as excellent bases for exploring the surrounding hills, ancient forests, and historic sites. Addingham Park, a grand neoclassical mansion set in a deer park designed by Humphrey Repton, represents the height of 18th century taste and craftsmanship. The house contains magnificent collections of furniture, paintings, and decorative arts, while the walled garden produces heritage varieties of fruits and vegetables. Shropshire's literary connections run deep, from Aba, Houseman's A Shropshire Lad, to Mary Webb's novels celebrating rural life. The county's peaceful atmosphere and natural beauty continue to inspire writers. artists, and visitors seeking respite from modern life's demands. York, England. York, one of Europe's most beautiful and historic cities, offers over 2,000 years of continuous habitation within remarkably preserved medieval walls. This compact city in North Yorkshire seamlessly blends Roman foundations, Viking heritage, medieval grandeur, and modern vitality to create an unforgettable urban experience. York Minster, one of the world's most magnificent Gothic cathedrals, dominates the city skyline with its soaring twin towers and elaborate stonework. The cathedral's medieval stained glass windows, including the Great East Window with its intricate stone tracery, create one of the most spectacular displays of medieval art in Europe. Climb the 275 steps to the tower top for breathtaking views across York and the surrounding Yorkshire countryside. The Shambles, often called Europe's best preserved medieval street, winds through the city center with overhanging timber-framed buildings that almost touch overhead. These narrow cobblestone lanes, once home to butcher shops, now house boutiques, tea rooms, and artisan shops that maintain the street's intimate, medieval character. York's Viking heritage comes alive at Jorvik Viking Center, built on the actual site of archaeological excavations that uncovered a 1,000-year-old Viking settlement. Time capsule cars transport visitors through recreated Viking-age streets, complete with authentic sights, sounds, and smells based on archaeological evidence. The medieval city walls, the finest and most complete in England, encircle York's historic center with a continuous 4-kilometer circuit. Walking the wall top provides unique perspectives of the city's architecture and gardens while following the same route that has defended York for centuries. York Castle Museum, housed in a former prison, recreates Victorian and Edwardian street scenes through immersive displays that include authentic shops, a pub, and domestic interiors. The museum's collection spans centuries of social history, bringing past eras to vivid life through artifacts and atmospheric settings. The National Railway Museum celebrates York's crucial role in Britain's railway heritage through the world's largest collection of locomotives and rolling stock. From the streamlined Mallard, holder of the world speed record for steam locomotives, to Queen Victoria's Royal Saloon, the collection spans the entire history of rail transport. York's culinary scene reflects both traditional Yorkshire fare and contemporary innovation. Sample traditional Yorkshire pudding, locally brewed ales, and afternoon tea in historic settings. Or explore modern restaurants showcasing regional ingredients and creative cooking techniques. The city's cultural calendar includes the annual York Festival of Food and Drink, medieval festivals that transform the streets into living history tableaus, and ghost walks that explore York's reputation as one of Europe's most haunted cities. Finn, England. Devon, a county of extraordinary diversity in southwest England, enchants visitors with dramatic coastlines, pristine beaches, wild moorlands, and picturesque villages that epitomize the English countryside. From the rugged cliffs of North Devon to the gentle rolling hills of South Devon, this beautiful county offers adventures for every type of traveler. Dartmoor National Park, covering 368 square miles of wild moorland, presents a landscape of granite tors, ancient stone circles, and hardy ponies roaming freely across purple, heather-covered hills. The park's archaeological treasures include Bronze Age settlements, medieval crosses, and mysterious stone rows that speak of human habitation spanning millennia. Hiking trails crisscross the moor, leading to spectacular viewpoints in hidden valleys where babbling brooks create perfect picnic spots. The South Devon coast, with its mild climate and sheltered bays, earned designation as an area of outstanding natural beauty. Salcombe, often called Britain's Saint-Tropez, offers sophisticated waterfront dining and sailing opportunities in one of the world's finest natural harbors. The town's narrow streets climb steeply from the waterfront, lined with boutiques, galleries, and restaurants showcasing fresh local seafood. North Devon's coastline presents a different character, with dramatic cliffs, exposed beaches, and some of Britain's best surfing conditions. Croyd Bay and Woolacombe Beach attract surfers from across Europe, while the Southwest Coast Path provides access to hidden coves and spectacular clifftop scenery. Exeter, Devon's historic cathedral city, combines Roman heritage with Georgian elegance and modern vitality. Exeter Cathedral, with its elaborately carved west front and the longest unbroken Gothic ceiling in the world, represents one of England's architectural treasures. The city's underground passages, built in medieval times to bring fresh water to the city, offer unique subterranean tours that reveal centuries of engineering ingenuity. The English Riviera, encompassing Torquay, Paynton, and Brixham, enjoys a Mediterranean-like microclimate that supports palm trees and exotic plants. Torquay's elegant Victorian terraces overlook harbors filled with yachts, while Brixham maintains its character as a working fishing port where trawlers land fresh catches daily. Devon's culinary reputation centers on exceptional dairy products, including world-famous Devon cream and cheese, fresh seafood landed at ports throughout the county, and traditional fare like Devon pasties and cider made from local apples. The county's restaurants range from Michelin-starred establishments to cozy pub kitchens serving hearty traditional meals. Historic houses and gardens dot the Devon landscape, from the Baroque splendor of Powderham Castle to the romantic ruins of Barry Pomeroy Castle. RHS Garden Rosemoor showcases beautiful plantings adapted to Devon's climate, while Arlington Court preserves a complete Victorian country estate. Jurassic Coast. England, the Jurassic Coast, England's first natural World Heritage Site, stretches for 95 miles along the Dorset and East Devon coastline, presenting 185 million years of Earth's history in its dramatic cliffs, rock formations, and fossil-rich beaches. This extraordinary geological showcase tells the story of our planet through three distinct geological periods: Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous. Dirtle Door, perhaps the coast's most iconic landmark, demonstrates the power of erosion in creating natural sculpture. This limestone arch, carved by countless years of wave action, frames the azure waters of the English Channel in one of Britain's most photographed seascapes. The surrounding beach, accessible via a steep but rewarding walk, offers excellent swimming and fossil hunting opportunities. Lulworth Cove, a perfect horseshoe-shaped bay carved from limestone and clay, illustrates geological processes with textbook clarity. The cove's formation, where softer rocks behind a resistant limestone barrier were gradually worn away, creates a natural amphitheater of breathtaking beauty. The nearby fossil forest preserves 150-million-year-old tree stumps, providing tangible connections to ancient landscapes. Chesil Beach, an 18-mile barrier beach composed entirely of pebbles, represents one of Britain's most unusual coastal features. The pebbles, graded by size from fist-sized stones at Portland to pea-sized shingle at Burton Bradstock, create a natural phenomenon that has puzzled scientists and inspired writers for centuries. Behind the beach, the Fleet Lagoon supports rare wildlife and plants adapted to this unique environment. The coastal towns along the Jurassic coast each offer distinct characters and attractions. Lyme Regis, birthplace of paleontology, celebrates its fossil hunting heritage through museums, guided walks, and fossil shops that sell specimens found on local beaches. The town's narrow streets, climbing steeply from the harbor, house galleries, restaurants, and shops that cater to both scientists and casual visitors. Weymouth, with its Georgian seafront and sandy beach, provides traditional British seaside pleasures enhanced by views of the Isle of Portland's dramatic limestone cliffs. The town's harbor, still active with fishing boats and pleasure craft, offers boat trips to explore the coast from a different perspective. West Bay, the fictional Broadchurch, gained fame through the television series, but its dramatic golden cliffs and working harbor have attracted visitors for generations. The town's fish and chip shops, using locally caught fish, provide perfect sustenance for exploring the surrounding coastal paths. Fossil hunting remains one of the coast's most popular activities, with beaches between Lyme Regis and Charmouth offering exceptional opportunities to discover ammonites, belemnites, and occasionally more significant specimens. Local museums and visitor centers provide guidance on safe collecting practices and fossil identification. The Southwest Coast Path follows the entire Jurassic coast, providing access to spectacular viewpoints, hidden beaches, and geological features. Sections of the path require good fitness levels due to steep climbs and descents, but shorter walks accommodate all abilities while still offering remarkable experiences. Brighton, England. Brighton, England's most vibrant seaside city, pulses with creative energy, cultural diversity, and an irreverent spirit that has made it a magnet for artists, musicians, and free thinkers since Georgian times. This cosmopolitan resort on the English Channel combines Victorian grandeur with contemporary innovation, creating a unique urban experience that celebrates both tradition and rebellion. The Royal Pavilion, Brighton's most famous landmark, represents one of Europe's most exotic buildings. This Indo-Islamic fantasy, created by the Prince Regent, later George IV, as his seaside retreat, features onion domes, minarets, and an interior decorated in Chinese style with dragons, lotus flowers, and elaborate chandeliers. The music room's decorative scheme reaches such heights of fantasy that it seems more like a stage set than a royal residence. Brighton Pier, a Victorian pleasure pier extending into the English Channel, epitomizes traditional British seaside entertainment. The pier's amusement arcade, fairground rides, and fish and chip shops provide nostalgic fun enhanced by sea breezes and panoramic coastal views. The pier's survival. While its West Pier neighbors succumb to storms and fire, makes it a cherished symbol of Brighton's resilience. The Lanes, Brighton's historic quarter. Went through narrow medieval streets lined with antique shops, jewelry stores, and boutiques housed in former fishermen's cottages. These atmospheric alleyways, barely wide enough for two people to pass, create an intimate shopping experience where browsing becomes adventure and discovery. North Lane, distinct from the lanes, represents Brighton's alternative culture through vintage clothing stores, record shops, and quirky cafes that reflect the city's reputation as Britain's most liberal and creative urban center. Street art adorns many walls, creating an ever-changing outdoor gallery that reflects local artistic talent. Brighton's cultural scene rivals much larger cities, with theaters, galleries, and music venues hosting everything from experimental art to mainstream entertainment. The Brighton Festival, one of England's largest arts festivals, transforms the city each May with performances, exhibitions, and events that spill from venues onto streets and beaches. The city's LGBTQ+ community, one of Britain's largest and most visible, contributes significantly to Brighton's open, welcoming atmosphere. Brighton Pride, one of the UK's biggest pride events, fills the city with celebration, color, and music that reflects the community's vitality and the city's accepting spirit. Brighton Beach, with its colorful beach huts and expansive pebble foreshore, provides the perfect setting for everything from sunbathing to water sports. The beach's Victorian promenades, lined with cafes and bars, offer comfortable viewing points for spectacular sunsets over the English Channel. The city's culinary scene reflects its cosmopolitan character, with everything from traditional fish and chips served in vintage seaside establishments to cutting-edge restaurants experimenting with global cuisines. Brighton's concentration of independent restaurants, cafes, and food markets creates a dining scene that rivals London's best neighborhoods. Alnwick, England, Alnwick, a historic market town in Northumberland, captivates visitors with its magnificent castle, innovative gardens, and authentic medieval atmosphere. This charming border town, pronounced Alnwick, offers an intimate glimpse into English history while serving as gateway to some of Britain's most spectacular and unspoiled countryside. Alnwick Castle, home to the Percy family for over 700 years, ranks among England's most impressive medieval fortresses. The castle's dramatic silhouette, perched on a rocky outcrop above the River Aln, has graced countless films and television productions, most famously serving as Hogwarts in the Harry Potter films. The castle's staterooms house one of Britain's finest private art collections, including paintings by Canaletto, Van Dyck, and Titian displayed in sumptuous interiors that reflect centuries of wealth and taste. The castle's medieval atmosphere extends beyond its walls through regular events and demonstrations that bring history to vivid life. Visitors can witness medieval combat displays, falconry demonstrations, and archery lessons that recreate the skills essential to castle defense. The castle's dungeons, with their authentic torture devices and atmospheric lighting, provide appropriately chilling insights into medieval justice. The Alnwick Garden, created by the current Duchess of Northumberland, represents one of Britain's most ambitious recent garden projects. The Grand Cascade, a series of water features tumbling down terraced levels, creates the centerpiece for themed gardens that combine traditional horticulture with contemporary innovation. The Rose Garden, with over 3,000 roses representing English garden tradition, provides fragrant contrast to more experimental areas. The Poison Garden, unique in Britain, showcases deadly and narcotic plants behind locked gates with guided tours that reveal the dark side of botany. Plants that have shaped history through their toxic properties, from hemlock to opium poppies, grow here under careful supervision while guides share stories of poisoners, medicines, and accidental deaths throughout history. Alnwick's medieval town center, with its cobblestone market square and Georgian terraces, creates an authentic historical setting enhanced by independent shops, traditional pubs, and cafes that maintain the town's intimate character. Barter Books, housed in a Victorian railway station, ranks among Britain's largest second-hand bookshops and originated the famous "Keep Calm and Carry On" poster that became a global phenomenon. The town's position near Hadrian's Wall and the Scottish border places it at the heart of border country, where centuries of conflict between England and Scotland shaped both landscape and culture. The surrounding Northumberland countryside, designated as an international dark sky park, offers some of Europe's clearest night skies for stargazing and astronomy. Alnwick serves as an excellent base for exploring Northumberland's castles, including nearby Warkworth Castle, immortalized in Shakespeare's Henry IV, and the romantic ruins of Dunstanburgh Castle on the dramatic coastal headland. The Northumberland Coast Path provides access to pristine beaches, seal colonies, and seabird sanctuaries that remain largely undiscovered by mass tourism. Cardiff, Wales. Cardiff, the vibrant capital of Wales, seamlessly blends Celtic heritage with contemporary dynamism, creating a compact city that punches well above its weight in terms of culture, history, and modern attractions. This youthful capital, which only gained city status in 1905, has transformed itself from industrial port to cultural powerhouse while maintaining its distinctively Welsh character. Cardiff Castle, occupying the city's heart for nearly 2,000 years, tells the story of Wales through Roman fort foundations, medieval fortress walls, and Victorian Gothic Revival mansion rooms. The castle's eclectic architecture reflects each era of occupation, from Roman garrison to Norman stronghold to the fantastical Victorian creation of the wealthy Bute family. The elaborate interiors, including the Arab Room with its intricate Islamic-inspired decorations, represent some of Britain's most opulent Victorian design. The Millennium Centre, Wales's premier arts venue, dominates Cardiff Bay with its distinctive bronze and slate facade inscribed with poetry in Welsh and English. This architectural masterpiece hosts everything from Welsh National Opera productions to contemporary dance performances, serving as both cultural venue and symbol of modern Wales's confidence and creativity. Cardiff Bay, transformed from derelict docklands into a waterfront destination, showcases successful urban regeneration through the Wales Millennium Centre, the Senedd, Welsh Parliament Building, and waterside restaurants and bars. The bay's freshwater lake, created by the Cardiff Bay Barrage, provides sailing and water sports opportunities, while the surrounding development maintains connections to the area's maritime heritage. Fagan's a National Museum of History, set in the grounds of a Tudor manor house, presents Welsh history through over 40 historic buildings relocated from across Wales and reconstructed in authentic settings. From Iron Age roundhouses to Victorian schoolrooms, the museum brings 2,000 years of Welsh social history to life through costume demonstrations, traditional crafts, and seasonal celebrations. The city center's Victorian and Edwardian shopping arcades, including the beautiful Royal Arcade and Castle Arcade, provide covered shopping in architectural settings that rival Europe's finest galleries. These elegant passages, with their decorative ironwork and glass roofs, house independent shops, cafes, and boutiques that maintain Cardiff's reputation for individual character. Principality Stadium, formerly Millennium Stadium, Cardiff's iconic sports venue, hosts major rugby and football matches in an atmosphere that reflects Wales's passionate sporting culture. The stadium's retractable roof and city center location create unique urban drama when major events fill the surrounding streets with singing fans dressed in red. Cardiff's cultural calendar celebrates both Welsh traditions and international influences through festivals, concerts, and events that fill venues from intimate pubs to grand concert halls. The Welsh language, increasingly visible in city signage and cultural events, adds authentic Celtic flavor to this thoroughly modern capital. Snowdonia, Wales Snowdonia National Park, covering 823 square miles of North Wales's most spectacular mountain scenery, offers some of Britain's most dramatic landscapes and challenging outdoor adventures. This ancient land of towering peaks, pristine lakes, and deep valleys combines natural grandeur with Welsh cultural heritage to create experiences that inspire and invigorate visitors from around the world. Mount Snowdon, Wales's highest peak at 185 meters, dominates the landscape with its pyramid-shaped summit that offers panoramic views extending to Ireland on exceptionally clear days. 6 different paths lead to the summit, ranging from the gentle Llanberis path, suitable for families, to the challenging Crib Goch scramble that tests experienced mountaineers. The Snowdon Mountain Railway, a rack and pinion railway opened in 1896, provides an alternative route to the summit through spectacular alpine scenery. The surrounding peaks of the Snowdon Massif, including Crib Goch, Carned de Fid, and Glider Fawr, offer wilderness experiences and technical climbing challenges that rival any European mountain range. These mountains, formed by volcanic activity 450 million years ago, displayed dramatic rock formations, hanging valleys, and cirque lakes that illustrate the power of glacial erosion. Snowdonia's lakes, including Llandudno, nestled beneath Snowdon's eastern face in the deep waters of Llandudno beneath the gliders, provide pristine settings for reflection and photography. Many lakes offer excellent fishing for wild brown trout, while others serve as starting points for mountain walks that reveal hidden valleys and spectacular viewpoints. The park's diverse habitats support rare wildlife, including Britain's only alpine plants growing on inaccessible cliff ledges, red kites soaring over valley floors, and hardy Welsh mountain ponies grazing on high moorlands. Snowdonia's oak woodlands, remnants of the original forest that once covered much of Britain, create atmospheric settings where ancient trees support unique communities of lichens, mosses, and ferns. Traditional Welsh slate quarrying, which once employed thousands of workers in communities throughout Snowdonia, left a distinctive industrial heritage that adds human dimension to the natural landscape. Former quarries, with their geometric terraces cut into mountainsides, create dramatic backdrops for modern adventures, while visitor centers interpret the harsh working conditions and strong community bonds that characterize slate mining Birmingham. Coed, the park's unofficial capital, provides an ideal base for exploring Snowdonia through its excellent visitor facilities, outdoor equipment shops, and accommodation options. The village's position at the confluence of three rivers creates multiple waterfalls and rapids that add sound and movement to the mountain scenery. Adventure activities throughout Snowdonia cater to all abilities and interests, from gentle valley walks suitable for families to extreme sports including rock climbing, mountain biking, whitewater rafting, and zip lining. The park's adventure centers provide expert instruction and equipment rental that make outdoor challenges accessible to newcomers while offering advanced experiences for seasoned adventurers. Llandudno, Wales. Llandudno, Wales's premier Victorian seaside resort, preserves the elegance and charm of 19th century seaside holidays while offering contemporary amenities and attractions. This beautifully preserved resort town, situated between the dramatic headlands of Great Orme and Little Orme, presents a perfect crescent of Victorian terraces facing a pristine sandy beach and the Irish Sea. The Great Orme, a massive limestone headland rising 679 feet above sea level, dominates Llandudno's skyline and provides the town's most distinctive feature. The Great Orme Tramway, Britain's only cable-hauled street tramway still in operation, climbs the headland through dramatic cliff scenery to reach viewpoints offering panoramic vistas across Snowdonia, Anglesey, and the Conwy Valley. Alternatively, the Great Orme cable car provides aerial perspectives of the headland's unique landscape while transporting visitors to the summit plateau. Here, Bronze Age copper mines, among the world's oldest, reveal 4,000 years of mining history through underground tours that explore ancient tunnels carved with primitive tools. Llandudno Pier, stretching 225 feet into Llandudno Bay, ranks among Britain's finest Victorian piers with its ornate ironwork, pavilions, and traditional seaside entertainments. The pier's deck provides perfect promenading in Victorian tradition, while modern additions include arcade games, refreshment stands, and fishing opportunities for visitors seeking more active pursuits. The town's Victorian architecture remains remarkably intact, From the grand hotels facing the seafront to the elegant terraces of residential streets that climb the hillsides. This architectural coherence, protected by conservation regulations, creates an authentic Victorian atmosphere that transports visitors to the golden age of British seaside holidays. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland connections run deep in Llandudno, where Lewis Carroll spent holidays and befriended the little family, including young Alice, who inspired the famous story. The town celebrates these literary connections through Alice-themed attractions, sculptures, and events that bring the beloved characters to life in their inspirational setting. Causeway, just minutes from Llandudno, adds medieval grandeur to any visit through its magnificent 13th century castle and complete town walls. This UNESCO World Heritage Site presents one of Europe's finest examples of medieval military architecture, with castle towers and town walls creating an unbroken defensive circuit around the historic town center. The surrounding area offers excellent opportunities for exploring Welsh culture and countryside. From the gardens of Donan with their spectacular spring displays to the historic houses and castles that dot the Causeway Valley. Traditional Welsh attractions, including woolen mills, slate museums, and narrow-gauge railways, provide authentic insights into Welsh heritage and industry. Skye Island, Scotland, the Isle of Skye, the largest island in Scotland's Inner Hebrides, enchants visitors with its otherworldly landscapes, rich Gaelic culture, and dramatic coastlines that seem sculpted by giants and legends. This mystical island, connected to the mainland by the elegant Skye Bridge, offers some of Scotland's most spectacular scenery and authentic Highland experiences. The Eilean Mountains, Skye's most dramatic feature, rise directly from sea level to create one of Britain's most challenging mountain ranges. The Black Eilean, composed of dark gabbro rock, present jagged peaks and knife-edge ridges that test even experienced mountaineers, while the Red Eilean's gentler granite slopes offer more accessible hiking with equally spectacular views. The Old Man of Storr, a 50-meter-high rocky pinnacle, stands as one of Scotland's most photographed landmarks. This ancient landslide created a landscape of towering rock pillars and hidden valleys that appears more fantasy than reality. The relatively easy walk to the base reveals ever-changing perspectives on these geological giants, while providing views across the Sound of Reossi to the Scottish mainland. Nice Point, Skye's westernmost tip, offers perhaps Scotland's most dramatic lighthouse setting. The 19th century lighthouse, perched on basalt cliffs 43 meters above the Atlantic, guards one of Scotland's most exposed headlands, where powerful waves have carved sea stacks and natural arches from the ancient rock. Dunvegan Castle, seat of the MacLeod clan for over 800 years, claims to be Scotland's oldest continuously inhabited castle. The castle's gardens, famous for their rhododendrons and azaleas, create colorful contrast to the castle's fortress-like exterior, while boat trips from the castle jetty offer opportunities to spot seals in nearby waters. The Quiraing, a massive ancient landslide on the Trotternish Ridge, creates a landscape so surreal it has served as a location for numerous fantasy films. The walking route throughout this geological wonderland passes rock formations with evocative names like the Needle, the Table, and the Prison, each offering unique photographic opportunities and perspectives on Skye's northern coastline. Portree, Skye's colorful harbor town and administrative center, provides essential services while maintaining its character as a traditional Highland fishing port. The town's brightly painted houses, climbing the hillsides above the sheltered harbor, create one of Scotland's most photogenic townscapes. Particularly beautiful during the long summer evenings when golden light enhances the building colors. Traditional Highland culture remains vibrantly alive on Skye, from Gaelic language and music to traditional crafts and storytelling. Local museums, cultural centers, and clan heritage sites provide insights into Highland history, while contemporary artists and craftspeople continue traditional skills in workshops and galleries throughout the island. Skye's culinary reputation has grown dramatically, with restaurants showcasing exceptional local ingredients including fresh seafood, Highland beef, and foraged plants. The island's whiskey distillery, Talisker, produces distinctive single malt whiskeys that capture Skye's wild character in their smoky, maritime flavors. Giant's Causeway, Northern Ireland, Giant's Causeway. Northern Ireland's premier natural attraction and UNESCO World Heritage Site, presents one of the world's most remarkable geological formations through 40,000 interlocking basalt columns that create a natural pavement extending into the North Atlantic. This extraordinary landscape, formed by volcanic activity 50 to 60 million years ago, combines scientific wonder with Celtic mythology to create experiences that inspire awe and imagination. The hexagonal basalt columns, formed when molten lava cooled and contracted, create geometric patterns so perfect they seem artificial rather than natural. These columns, ranging from tiny formations to pillars over 12 meters high, demonstrate the mathematical precision inherent in natural processes while providing evidence of the tremendous volcanic forces that shape this coastline. Legend attributes the causeway's creation to the giant Finn McCool, who supposedly built the stone bridge to fight his Scottish rival Donnan across the water. When Donnan proved larger than expected, Finn's wife Una disguised her husband as a baby, convincing the Scottish giant that if the baby was so large, the father must be enormous. Donnan fled, destroying the causeway behind him, leaving only the Northern Ireland end as evidence of this titanic construction project. The Giant's Causeway visitor experience provides comprehensive interpretation of both geological science and cultural mythology through interactive exhibits, audio-visual presentations, and guided tours. The center's award-winning architecture, built into the hillside to minimize visual impact, demonstrates how modern design can complement rather than compete with natural wonders. The Causeway Coast, extending beyond the famous formations, offers 8 kilometers of spectacular clifftop walking with constant discoveries of additional geological features. The Amphitheater, a natural bowl-shaped formation in the cliffs, and the Giant's Boot, a rock formation resembling footwear, provide photogenic stops along the coastal path. Carrick, a red rope bridge, suspended 30 meters above the sea between the mainland and a small island, tests visitors' nerve while providing spectacular coastal views. This traditional salmon fisherman's bridge, now rebuilt for tourists' safety, demonstrates the lengths to which local people went to make their living from these dramatic but challenging waters. Dunluce Castle, perched precariously on coastal cliffs, adds romantic ruins to the geological drama. This medieval castle, gradually succumbing to coastal erosion, provides atmospheric settings for photography while telling stories of Irish medieval life in the constant battle between human ambition and natural forces. The Dark Hedges, an avenue of intertwined beech trees planted in the 18th century, creates one of Northern Ireland's most atmospheric and photographed locations. These gnarled trees, twisted by centuries of coastal winds, form a natural tunnel that is featured in films and television productions including Game of Thrones. Local communities along the Causeway coast maintain strong traditions of hospitality, storytelling, and craftsmanship that enhance visits beyond the natural attractions. Traditional music sessions in local pubs, craft workshops demonstrating traditional skills, and festivals celebrating Irish culture provide authentic insights into Northern Ireland's rich heritage. Yorkshire Dales. England, Yorkshire Dales National Park encompasses 178 square kilometers of England's most quintessential countryside, where green valleys, stone-built villages, and traditional farming practices create landscapes that define the English rural ideal. This protected area in northern England combines natural beauty with cultural authenticity to offer experiences that connect visitors with both landscape and heritage. The park's distinctive Dale valleys, carved by glacial action and shaped by centuries of farming, each possess individual character while sharing common elements of dry stone walls, field barns, and settlements built from local limestone. Wensleydale, famous for its cheese and association with Wallace and Gromit, presents gentle green pastures divided by traditional stone walls, while Swaledale offers wilder, more dramatic scenery with remnants of lead mining industry scattered across the hillsides. Malham Cove, a curved limestone cliff 80 meters high, demonstrates the power of glacial meltwater in carving dramatic landscape features. The walk to the top reveals limestone pavement, a natural sculpture garden where water has dissolved rock along joint lines to create geometric patterns and fissures supporting rare plants found nowhere else in Britain. Traditional stone villages throughout the Dales maintain authentic character through local building materials and preservation of historical layouts. Grassington, with its cobbled square and 18th century buildings, serves as an excellent base for exploring Upper Wharfdale, while Reeth's position overlooking Swaledale provides panoramic views across some of Yorkshire's most beautiful countryside. The park's network of public footpaths and bridleways, developed over centuries for local transportation and trade, now provides access to landscapes that would otherwise remain private. The Pennine Way, Britain's first national trail, crosses the park's wildest terrain, while gentler valley paths follow rivers and traditional routes between villages. Dry stone walls, built without mortar from locally quarried stone, create the Dale's most characteristic feature while demonstrating traditional skills passed down through generations. These walls, totaling over 5,000 miles throughout the park, serve practical purposes of stock control and field division while creating the geometric patterns that define Yorkshire landscape photography. Traditional farming practices, particularly sheep farming on fell land and cattle grazing in valley bottoms, continue to shape the landscape as they have for centuries. Hay meadows, maintained through traditional management. Support wildflower communities that create spectacular displays of color during summer months, particularly around Muir and Keld and Swaldale. The Dale's literary connections include the Bronte sisters, who drew inspiration from similar landscapes, and James Herriot, whose veterinary practice in nearby Thirsk provided material for beloved stories about rural Yorkshire life. Television and film adaptations have made Dale's scenery familiar worldwide, while attracting visitors seeking authentic Yorkshire experiences. Traditional country pubs throughout the Dales serve locally brewed ales, regional specialties, and hearty meals that reflect Yorkshire's reputation for generous hospitality and excellent food. Many pubs occupy historic buildings and maintain character features that create atmospheric settings for experiencing local culture and meeting local people. Lake District, England, Lake District National Park. England's largest national park and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, encompasses the most beautiful and varied mountain scenery in England within a compact area of 362 square kilometers. This beloved landscape of lakes, fells, and valleys has inspired poets, artists, and writers for centuries while providing outdoor adventures and peaceful retreats for millions of visitors. The park contains England's highest mountain, Helvellyn, and deepest lake, Wastewater, along with 15 other major lakes that give the region its name. Each lake possesses distinct character, from the popular boating waters of Windermere and Coniston Water to the remote mountain tarns like Red Tarn that nestle in high corries beneath towering peaks. Windermere, England's largest natural lake, provides the perfect introduction to Lake District beauty through steamer cruises that reveal constantly changing perspectives of surrounding fells and elegant Victorian villas along the shoreline. The lake's southern reaches, easily accessible from the town of Windermere, offer gentle introduction to the region, while northern sections provide wilder, more dramatic scenery. The Lake District's literary heritage runs deeper than perhaps any other English landscape, with William Wordsworth, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, and Robert Southey forming the lake poets who celebrated these landscapes in a verse that helped create modern nature appreciation. Wordsworth's former homes at Dove Cottage and Rydal Mount preserve the settings where some of English literature's greatest poetry was conceived and written. Traditional lakeland architecture, using local slate and stone construction techniques, creates buildings that seem to grow naturally from the landscape. These traditional materials and building methods, still employed in new construction, maintain visual harmony between built and natural environments that contributes significantly to the region's protected status. The Fells, Lake District mountains that rise directly from valley floors to create dramatic relief within short distances, offer hiking experiences ranging from gentle lakeside walks to challenging mountain ascents. Skye Fell Pike, England's highest summit, provides the ultimate Lake District challenge, while easier ascents like Cat Bells reward modest effort with spectacular panoramic views. Traditional industries continue to shape both landscape and culture, from sheep farming on the fells to slate quarrying that created the distinctive local building materials. The Honister Slate Mine offers underground tours that reveal the harsh working conditions and specialized skills required to extract slate from deep within the mountains. Lake District cuisine celebrates local ingredients including herdwick lamb from sheep that have grazed these fells for centuries, fresh fish from the lakes, and traditional specialties like Cumberland sausage and Kendal mint cake. Country pubs and restaurants throughout the region showcase these local flavors while providing welcoming atmosphere after days spent exploring the fells. The region's artistic heritage extends beyond literature to include John Ruskin, the Victorian art critic who made his home at Brantwood on Coniston Water, and contemporary artists who continue to find inspiration in landscapes that seem to embody the essence of English natural beauty. Stonehenge. England, Stonehenge. Perhaps the world's most famous prehistoric monument, stands on Salisbury Plain as testament to the sophisticated astronomical knowledge and engineering capabilities of Neolithic and Bronze Age peoples. This enigmatic stone circle, constructed in several phases between 3100 and 1600 BCE, continues to inspire wonder, speculation, and scientific investigation more than 500 years after its creation. The monument's massive sarsen stones, some weighing up to 50 tons, were shaped using only stone tools and transported from quarries 25 kilometers away using methods that remain subject to archaeological debate. The smaller bluestones, quarried in Wales 240 kilometers distant, represent an even more remarkable transportation achievement that demonstrates the monument's importance to its builders. The circle's precise astronomical alignments, particularly the alignment of the heel stone with sunrise on the summer solstice, reveal sophisticated understanding of celestial movements that allowed accurate prediction of seasonal changes crucial to agricultural societies. Modern research continues to reveal additional alignments with lunar cycles and other astronomical phenomena that suggest Stonehenge functioned as a complex prehistoric computer. The surrounding landscape, protected as a World Heritage Site, contains hundreds of burial mounds, ceremonial monuments, and settlement sites that provide context for understanding Stonehenge's role within a sacred landscape used for over 2 years. Recent archaeological discoveries, including evidence of feasting and large gatherings, suggest the monument served as a focus for communities across Britain and continental Europe. The Stonehenge Visitor Center, designed to minimize impact on the monument's setting, provides comprehensive interpretation through artifacts, reconstructions, and immersive experiences that bring prehistoric life to vivid reality. The exhibition includes tools used in the monument's construction, grave goods from nearby burials, and interactive displays that explain current theories about Stonehenge's purpose and significance. Audio guides, available in multiple languages, accompany the approach to the stones along a carefully planned route that reveals the monument from multiple perspectives while protecting the archaeological remains. The guides combine factual information with atmospheric music and sound effects that enhance the mystical experience of encountering this ancient wonder. Seasonal celebrations at Stonehenge, particularly during summer and winter solstices, continue traditions that may stretch back to the monument's active use. These events have managed to balance public access with heritage protection, allow visitors to experience something of the awe that Stonehenge has inspired throughout human history. The monument's influence on later cultures extends from medieval legends that attributed its construction to Merlin to contemporary spiritual movements that regard Stonehenge as a place of power and healing. Archaeological evidence suggests that even in Roman times, Stonehenge commanded respect and perhaps continued religious observance. Recent archaeological techniques, including ground-penetrating radar and airborne laser scanning, continue to reveal new information about Stonehenge and its landscape. These discoveries, from buried monuments to evidence of earlier wooden structures, ensure that Stonehenge remains as much a place of ongoing discovery as historical wonder. Tenby. Wales, Tenby. A medieval walled town perched on cliffs above Carmarthen Bay, exemplifies Welsh coastal charm through its pastel-colored Georgian houses, pristine beaches, and remarkably preserved town walls. This picturesque resort in Pembrokeshire combines historical significance with natural beauty to create one of Wales's most photogenic and beloved destinations. The town's 13th century walls, among the best preserved in Wales, enclose narrow medieval streets that climb steeply from the harbor to the headland. These ancient fortifications, built to protect English settlers in Welsh territory, now provide elevated walkways offering panoramic views across the bay to Eilean and the Pembrokeshire coast. Tenby's harbor, still active with fishing boats and pleasure craft, creates the town's focal point where medieval walls meet golden sand beaches. The harbor's stone quays, built to handle medieval trade vessels, now serve recreational boats while maintaining the authentic maritime atmosphere that has characterized Tenby Bostope for centuries. Castle Beach and North Beach provide pristine sandy shores where families can enjoy traditional seaside pleasures enhanced by dramatic clifftop settings. These blue flag beaches offer excellent swimming conditions, rock pooling opportunities, and beach activities while maintaining the natural beauty that makes Tenby special. St. Catherine's Island, accessible on foot at low tide, adds mystery and adventure to Tenby's appeal through its Victorian fort and nature reserve status. The island's fortification, built during the 1860s to guard against French invasion, provide historical interest while the surrounding waters support seal colonies and diverse marine life. Caldy Island, a short boat ride from Tenby Harbor, offers peaceful retreat at a working monastery where Cistercian monks maintain centuries-old traditions of prayer, contemplation, and craftsmanship. The island's abbey, perfume production, and beautiful gardens provide authentic spiritual experience while boat trips reveal spectacular coastal scenery and wildlife observation opportunities. The town's Georgian and Victorian architecture, painted in distinctive pastel shades, creates one of Britain's most colorful waterfronts. These buildings, many originally merchant houses serving the medieval port trade, now house shops, restaurants, and guest houses that maintain Tenby's welcoming character. Tudor Merchant's House, a National Trust property dating from the late 15th century, preserves authentic medieval domestic architecture, complete with original features, including a rare example of early frescoed walls. The house provides fascinating insights into medieval merchant life and Tenby's importance as a medieval trading port. Tenby Museum and Art Gallery celebrates local history through collections that span prehistoric archaeology to contemporary art, with particular emphasis on the town's maritime heritage and its role in Welsh coastal defense. The museum's location within the medieval town walls adds atmospheric authenticity to its historical displays. The Pembrokeshire Coast Path passes directly through Tenby, providing access to some of Wales's most spectacular coastal walking. The path connects Tenby to hidden coves, dramatic clifftop viewpoints, and other coastal villages while offering opportunities for wildlife observation and photography. Fairy pools. Scotland, the fairy pools. A series of crystal-clear waterfalls and emerald pools in the shadow of the Black Quillan Mountains on the Isle of Skye create one of Scotland's most magical and Instagram-worthy natural attractions. These pristine mountain streams, cascading through sculpted rock formations into pools of startling clarity, embody the mystical beauty that makes Scotland's highlands legendary. The walk to the fairy pools follows the Alt Coir a Madaith River upstream from the roadside car park, revealing an increasingly dramatic sequence of waterfalls, rock slides, and crystal-clear pools that invite photography and, for the brave, wild swimming in surprisingly clear but shockingly cold mountain water. Each pool possesses distinct character, from shallow paddling spots perfect for cooling tired feet to deeper swimming holes that attract hardy visitors willing to brave Scotland's mountain water temperatures. The water's exceptional clarity allows visibility to considerable depths, while the surrounding rock formations create natural diving platforms and sunbathing spots. The Quillan Mountains provide a spectacular backdrop to the pools, with the jagged peaks of Skye and Fiadane and other summits creating dramatic silhouettes against frequently changing highland skies. These ancient mountains, formed by volcanic activity and shaped by glacial erosion, demonstrate geological processes on a scale that puts human concerns into cosmic perspective. Photography opportunities abound throughout the walk, with each pool offering different compositions enhanced by varying light conditions that change dramatically with Scotland's mercurial weather. Early morning visits often provide the best lighting and fewer crowds, while late evening light creates warm golden tones that complement the black rock and emerald water. The area's wildlife includes red deer that often graze nearby hillsides, golden eagles that soar over the surrounding peaks, and various highland birds that nest in the crags and quarries. Plant life adapted to highland conditions creates seasonal color changes, from spring wildflowers to autumn heather blooming across the mountainsides. Weather conditions can change rapidly in the Scottish Highlands, making proper preparation essential for safe enjoyment of the fairy pools. Waterproof clothing, sturdy footwear, and warm layers allow visitors to appreciate the pool's beauty regardless of typical highland weather variability. The pool's popularity on social media has significantly increased visitor numbers, leading to parking difficulties and environmental concerns that highlight the challenges of managing natural attractions in the digital age. Early morning or late evening visits help avoid crowds while providing better opportunities for peaceful appreciation of this natural wonder. Traditional Highland culture imbues the area with additional significance, as these mountains and glens feature in Gaelic poetry, folklore, and clan histories that connect contemporary visitors with centuries of Highland heritage. The pool's fairy name reflects the Celtic tradition of attributing mystical properties to particularly beautiful natural features. Edinburgh. Edinburgh. Scotland's magnificent capital, combines medieval grandeur with Georgian elegance and contemporary culture to create one of Europe's most beautiful and culturally rich cities. Built on ancient volcanic hills and designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Edinburgh offers an extraordinary urban experience where every street tells stories spanning nearly a millennium of Scottish history. The Royal Mile, Edinburgh's most famous street, descends from Edinburgh Castle to the Palace of Holyrood House through the heart of the medieval Old Town. This historic thoroughfare, actually comprising several connected streets totaling approximately 1 Scots mile, passes St. Giles's Cathedral, the Scottish Parliament Building, and countless closes, narrow alleyways that reveal hidden courtyards and glimpses of medieval Edinburgh life. Edinburgh Castle, perched on the remains of an extinct volcano, dominates the city skyline and Scottish consciousness as the ancient fortress where Scottish kings were crowned and national treasures are preserved. The castle houses the honors of Scotland, Scottish crown jewels, the Stone of Destiny, and the famous 1 o'clock gun that fires daily except Sundays, providing time signal tradition dating from 1861. The Georgian New Town, planned and built in the 18th and 19th centuries, presents one of Europe's finest examples of urban planning through its grid pattern of elegant streets lined with harmonious sandstone terraces. Princes Street, George Street, and Queen Street create the core of this architectural masterpiece, while Charlotte Square and St. Andrew Square provide perfectly proportioned Georgian spaces. Arthur's Seat, Edinburgh's highest hill at 251 meters, offers panoramic views across the city, Forth Estuary, and surrounding lowlands through a relatively easy climb that rewards visitors with understanding of Edinburgh's dramatic topographical setting. This ancient volcano, part of Holyrood Park, provides wild highland scenery within walking distance of the city center. The Edinburgh Festival Fringe, the world's largest arts festival, transforms the city each August into a global celebration of creativity, comedy, theater, and performance. During the festival, Edinburgh's population doubles while venues from grand theaters to tiny pub back rooms host thousands of performances that make the entire city feel like a vast stage. Edinburgh's closes and winds narrow streets, particularly those leading off the Royal Mile, reveal atmospheric glimpses of medieval city life through preserved buildings, hidden courtyards, and historical sites. Real Mary King's Close, a sealed 16th century street preserved beneath later construction, provides fascinating insights into Plague-era Edinburgh through guided tours of authentic period rooms. The city's literary heritage runs deeper than almost anywhere else, earning Edinburgh designation as UNESCO City of Literature. Writers from Sir Walter Scott to Ian Rankin have used Edinburgh's settings in world-famous works, while the city's bookshops, literary pubs, and author museums celebrate this ongoing creative tradition. Grassmarket, a historic market square beneath the castle, provides Edinburgh's most atmospheric evening entertainment through traditional pubs, restaurants, and live music venues housed in buildings that have served travelers and merchants for centuries. The area's cobblestone streets and historic architecture create perfect settings for experiencing Scottish hospitality and culture. Edinburgh's culinary scene reflects both traditional Scottish cuisine and contemporary innovation. From historic pubs serving haggis and Scottish ales to Michelin-starred restaurants showcasing modern Scottish cooking. The city's farmers markets, artisan producers, and food festivals celebrate Scotland's exceptional natural ingredients and culinary creativity. Glasgow. Scotland, Glasgow. Scotland's largest city and cultural powerhouse. Surprises visitors with its architectural grandeur, artistic innovation, and warm Glaswegian hospitality that contradicts any preconceptions about industrial cities. This vibrant metropolis on the River Clyde has transformed itself from industrial center to cultural capital while maintaining authentic character and working-class pride. The city's Victorian architecture, largely funded by 19th century industrial wealth, rivals anywhere in Europe for grandeur and ambition. The Glasgow City Chambers, with its elaborate marble interior and imposing facade, represents civic pride at its most magnificent. While the University of Glasgow's Gothic Revival buildings create an academic atmosphere worthy of one of Britain's oldest universities. Charles Rennie Mackintosh, Glasgow's most famous architect and designer, left an indelible mark on the city through buildings and designs that pioneered Art Nouveau style. The Glasgow School of Art, Mackintosh's masterpiece, demonstrates his innovative approach to functional beauty, while the Willow Tea Rooms recreate his complete design vision from architecture to furniture and decorative details. The West End, centered around the University of Glasgow and Kelvingrove Park, provides Glasgow's most attractive residential area through tree-lined streets of red sandstone tenements and terraces. This area houses many of Glasgow's best restaurants, independent shops, and cultural venues while maintaining relaxed atmosphere that contrasts with the city center's commercial energy. Kelvingrove Art Gallery and Museum, Scotland's most visited free attraction, houses diverse collections from fine art to natural history in a stunning red sandstone building that epitomizes Edwardian confidence. The gallery's eclectic displays, including Salvador Dali's Christ of Sea of the Cross and a Spitfire suspended from the ceiling, reflect Glasgow's broad cultural interest. The Merchant City, Glasgow's cultural quarter, combines preserved Victorian commercial architecture with contemporary galleries, theaters, and restaurants. This area, once the heart of Glasgow's tobacco and textile trade, now serves as the city's evening entertainment district while maintaining historical character through carefully preserved facades and adaptive reuse of historic buildings. Glasgow's music scene, from traditional Scottish folk to cutting-edge contemporary sounds, has produced internationally acclaimed artists across all genres. The city's venues, from intimate pubs to grand concert halls, provide platforms for emerging talent while hosting major international artists attracted by Glasgow audiences' legendary enthusiasm and knowledgeable appreciation. The River Clyde, once the artery of Glasgow's shipbuilding industry that built vessels for clients worldwide, now serves recreational and cultural purposes through waterfront development that includes the Riverside Museum, designed by Zaha Hadid, and the SSE Hydro, a stunning contemporary entertainment venue that hosts major concerts and sporting events. Glasgow's culinary reputation has evolved dramatically, with the city now boasting numerous award-winning restaurants that showcase both traditional Scottish ingredients and international influences. From traditional fish and chips shops to innovative fine dining establishments, Glasgow's food scene reflects the city's multicultural character and commitment to excellence. The city's shopping districts offer everything from high-end boutiques on Buchanan Street to vintage finds in the quirky shops of the West End. The Style Mile, encompassing Buchanan Street, Argyle Street, and Merchant City, provides comprehensive retail therapy while the weekend markets showcase local crafts, foods, and vintage treasures. Glasgow's friendly locals, known for their wit and warmth, contribute significantly to the city's appeal. The distinctive Glaswegian dialect and humor create memorable interactions that often become highlights of visitors' experiences in this authentically Scottish city. Dunnottar Castle. Scotland, Dunnottar Castle. Perched dramatically on a cliff-top promontory 50 meters above the North Sea, creates one of Scotland's most spectacular and photogenic ruined fortresses. This strategic stronghold, accessible only via a narrow rocky path, combines natural defensive advantages with architectural grandeur to tell stories of Scottish history, clan warfare, and political intrigue spanning nearly 400 years. The castle's seemingly impregnable position on its rocky outcrop demonstrates medieval military thinking at its most sophisticated, where natural geography provided the first line of defense against both land and sea-based attacks. The approach path, winding down steep cliffs before climbing to the castle gate, would have been easily defended by small numbers of garrison troops against much larger attacking forces. Dunnottar's most famous historical moment came during the 17th century when the Scottish crown jewels, known as the Honours of Scotland, were hidden here during Oliver Cromwell's invasion. The castle's successful 8-month siege resistance and the subsequent smuggling of the crown jewels to safety helped preserve Scotland's royal regalia for future generations, making Dunnottar a symbol of Scottish resistance and independence. The ruins, while extensive, require imagination to reconstruct the castle's former grandeur when it served as both fortress and palace for the powerful Earls Marischal. The Great Hall, chapel, and domestic buildings reveal sophisticated medieval living standards, while the defensive walls and towers demonstrate the military engineering skills that made Dunnottar virtually unconquerable when properly garrisoned. Archaeological evidence suggests continuous occupation of the site from Pictish times through the medieval period to its final abandonment in the 18th century. Each period of occupation left traces that archaeologists continue to uncover, providing insights into changing lifestyles, defensive strategies, and architectural techniques across more than a millennium. The surrounding coastline, part of Scotland's dramatic North Sea shore, provides spectacular walking opportunities along cliff-top paths that reveal hidden coves, sea caves, and geological formations carved by centuries of Atlantic storms. Seabird colonies nest in the cliffs during breeding season, while seals often bask on rocky ledges below the castle walls. Photography opportunities at Dunnottar change dramatically with lighting conditions, seasons, and weather patterns that can transform the castle's appearance from romantic ruin to forbidding fortress. The castle's popularity with photographers and filmmakers has made it one of Scotland's most recognizable landmarks, featured in numerous films and television productions. Nearby Stonehaven, a traditional Scottish fishing port, provides accommodation, dining, and services while maintaining authentic coastal character. The town's harbor, traditional fish and chip shops, an annual fireball ceremony create cultural experiences that complement the historical significance of Dunnottar Castle. The castle's visitor facilities include interpretation panels that explain the site's complex history, while guided tours during summer months provide detailed historical context and access to areas otherwise closed to the public. The relatively challenging walk to reach the castle ensures that visitors arrive with appropriate appreciation for this remarkable historical site. Inverness. Scotland. Inverness, the capital of the Scottish Highlands, serves as the perfect gateway to Scotland's most dramatic landscapes while offering urban amenities and cultural attractions that celebrate Highland heritage. This compact city, beautifully situated where the River Ness flows into the Moray Firth, combines ancient history with modern vitality to create an ideal base for Highland exploration. The River Ness, flowing through the city center, provides peaceful walking routes lined with Victorian and Edwardian buildings that reflect Inverness's prosperity during the Highland clearances and subsequent economic development. The river's salmon runs attract both fishing enthusiasts and wildlife watchers, while the Ness Islands, connected by footbridges, offer tranquil green spaces within the urban environment. Inverness Castle. Though a relatively modern Victorian structure built on an ancient castle site, dominates the city center and houses the local courthouse and administrative offices. The castle grounds provide elevated views across the city and surrounding Highland landscape, while interpretation panels explain the site's strategic importance throughout Scottish history. The historic environment, Scotland's collection of prehistoric and medieval sites around Inverness, includes Culloden Battlefield, where the last pitched battle on British soil ended Jacobite hopes and changed Highland culture forever. The battlefield's visitor center uses innovative technology to explain the battle's causes, course, and consequences, while memorial stones mark the clan graves that dot this haunting landscape. Fort George, one of Europe's finest examples of 18th century military architecture, demonstrates British determination to control the Highlands following the Jacobite uprising. This massive fortress, still active as a military base, houses the Highlanders Museum and provides insights into 250 years of Highland military tradition while offering spectacular views across the Moray Firth. Traditional Highland culture thrives in Inverness through Gaelic language classes, traditional music sessions, and cultural events that celebrate Scottish heritage. The city's numerous shops specializing in Highland dress, clan tartans, and traditional crafts provide authentic Scottish products, while expert staff share knowledge about Highland traditions and family histories. Inverness's culinary scene showcases Highland ingredients through restaurants ranging from traditional pubs serving local ales and Highland beef to contemporary establishments experimenting with modern Scottish cuisine. Local specialties include fresh salmon from Highland rivers, Aberdeen Angus beef from surrounding farms, and single malt whiskies from nearby distilleries. The city serves as an ideal base for day trips throughout the Highlands, with excellent road connections to Loch Ness, the Isle of Skye, Royal Deeside, and the Cairngorms National Park. Tour operators based in Inverness offer guided excursions that provide expert interpretation of Highland landscape, history, and culture while handling logistics that allow visitors to focus on experiencing Scotland's natural beauty. Eden Court Theatre, one of Scotland's largest cultural venues, hosts everything from traditional Highland entertainment to contemporary drama and international touring productions. The theatre's program reflects both Highland cultural traditions and Scotland's participation in global cultural exchanges. Loch Ness, Scotland. Loch Ness, Scotland's most famous lake and second largest by surface area, stretches 23 miles through the Great Glen while captivating millions of visitors with its legendary monster, dramatic Highland scenery, and fascinating geological history. This mysterious freshwater loch, reaching depths of over 200 meters, contains more water than all the lakes in England and Wales combined while maintaining a mystical atmosphere that has inspired legends for centuries. The Loch Ness Monster, affectionately known as Nessie, has generated more reported sightings, scientific investigations, and international interest than any other cryptozoological phenomenon. While serious scientific study has failed to confirm the creature's existence, the legend continues to draw visitors from around the world who hope to glimpse something unusual in the loch's dark, peat-stained waters. Urquhart Castle, dramatically positioned on a rocky promontory jutting into the loch, provides the most popular vantage point for monster watching while offering genuine historical significance as one of Scotland's most important medieval fortresses. The castle's strategic position controlled passage through the Great Glen, making it a prize fought over by competing Scottish clans and English invaders for centuries. The castle's ruins, including a well-preserved tower house, reveal sophisticated medieval military architecture while providing spectacular views along the loch toward Ben Nevis and the Western Highlands. The visitor center houses artifacts recovered from the castle and uses cutting-edge technology to recreate the fortress's appearance during its 14th century heyday. Loch Ness cruises, departing from several points along the shore, provide different perspectives on the loch's beauty while using sonar equipment to search for unusual underwater activity. These boat trips combine monster hunting with an appreciation of Highland scenery, passing beneath mountains that rise directly from the water's edge, while guides share local legends and geological information. The Great Glen Way, a long-distance walking and cycling route, follows the loch's entire length while connecting Fort William to Inverness through some of Scotland's most spectacular mountain scenery. This trail, suitable for various fitness levels, provides intimate access to loch shore environments in viewpoints impossible to reach by road. The loch's geological formation, created by the Great Glen Fault that cuts diagonally across Scotland, resulted in a remarkably straight and deep body of water that never freezes due to its depth and thermal properties. The surrounding hills, sculpted by glacial action during multiple ice ages, create dramatic profiles that change character throughout the day as Highland light conditions shift and evolve. Traditional Highland settlements around the loch, including Drumnadrochid and Fort Augustus, provide accommodation, dining, and services while maintaining authentic Highland character. These communities serve both visitors and local residents involved in farming, forestry, and tourism industries that depend on the loch's natural beauty and legendary associations. The Loch Ness Center and Exhibition in Dunnottar provides comprehensive analysis of monster sightings, scientific investigations, and cultural impact through multimedia displays that separate fact from fiction while maintaining the sense of mystery that makes Loch Ness special. Loch Lomond, Scotland. Loch Lomond, Britain's largest freshwater lake by surface area and the centerpiece of Scotland's first national park, epitomizes Highland beauty through pristine waters surrounded by mountains that range from gentle lowland hills to dramatic highland peaks. This magnificent loch, immortalized in traditional Scottish songs and beloved by generations of visitors, provides the perfect introduction to Scotland's natural splendor. The Loch's unique geography, spanning both lowland and highland Scotland, creates diverse landscapes within a single water body. The southern reaches, characterized by gentle hills and scattered islands, provide tranquil settings for family activities, while the northern end narrows dramatically between towering mountains that create truly highland atmosphere. Ben Lomond, the Loch's most famous mountain in Scotland's most southerly Munro Mountain, over 3,000 feet, offers challenging hiking with spectacular rewards for those who reach its 974-meter summit. The well-maintained path from Donan provides steady climbing through varied highland environments, from oak woodlands to open moorland, before reaching viewpoints that encompass central Scotland from the southern uplands to the highlands. The Loch's 30 islands, ranging from tiny rocky outcrops to substantial landmasses supporting forests and wildlife, add mystery and exploration opportunities to any visit. Inchmurrin, the largest island, contains ruins of a medieval castle and provides hiking trails through ancient woodlands, while smaller islands serve as nesting sites for various waterfowl and offer peaceful picnic destinations accessible by rental boats. Balloch, at the Loch's southern tip, provides the main visitor gateway through its excellent transport connections, visitor center, and comprehensive facilities for exploring the Loch and surrounding national park. The town's position where the River Leven drains the Loch toward the River Clyde creates attractive waterfront settings for restaurants, shops, and boat operators. Traditional steamship cruises, operating since Victorian times, provide leisurely exploration of the Loch's beauty while maintaining connections to tourism traditions that made Loch Lomond accessible to urban populations seeking highland experiences. These historic vessels, including the paddle steamer made of the Loch, offer comfortable viewing platforms for appreciation of constantly changing mountain and island scenery. The West Highland Way, Ireland's first official long-distance footpath, follows the Loch's eastern shore for 21 miles through some of the route's most beautiful sections. This internationally renowned trail provides access to remote Loch shore environments while connecting with Scotland's most famous hiking route that continues north to Fort William. Luss, often called Scotland's prettiest village, demonstrates traditional Highland settlement patterns through its stone cottages, village green, and Loch shore position beneath Ben Lomond's slopes. The village's appearance in television productions has made it internationally recognizable, while its shops, cafes, and pier provide excellent bases for Loch exploration. Water sports opportunities abound on Loch Lomond, from gentle canoeing and kayaking suitable for families to challenging sailing and windsurfing that take advantage of thermal winds created by surrounding mountains. Several centers around the Loch provide equipment rental and instruction for various water-based activities. The surrounding national park protects diverse highland ecosystems. From ancient oak woodlands that support red deer and native wildflowers to high mountain environments where rare plants survive in conditions unchanged since the last ice age. This biological diversity, combined with spectacular scenery, makes Loch Lomond Scotland's most visited natural attraction. Eilean Donan. Scotland Eilean Donan Castle. Arguably Scotland's most photographed castle. Occupies a small tidal island where three sea lochs converge in the heart of the Scottish Highlands. This romantic fortress, connected to the mainland by an elegant stone bridge, epitomizes the mystical beauty of Scotland through its perfect integration of architecture and landscape in one of the world's most spectacular settings. The castle's strategic position, controlling access to the Isle of Skye and surrounding Highland glens, made it a crucial stronghold for the Clan Mackenzie and their allies for over 400 years. The current structure, meticulously reconstructed in the early 20th century on original foundations, recreates medieval grandeur while incorporating modern comforts that enhance visitor experience. The approach to Llandudno. Whether by road through Glen Shiel or by boat across Loch Duch, reveals constantly changing perspectives on this architectural masterpiece. The castle's reflection in still water, its silhouette against dramatic Highland skies, and its relationship to surrounding mountains create photographic opportunities that capture the essence of Highland romance. The castle's interior, restored using historical records and archaeological evidence, recreates medieval Highland life through authentic furnishings, weapons displays, and domestic artifacts that illustrate how Highland chiefs lived and defended their territories. The Great Hall, with its impressive timber ceiling and clan memorabilia, provides atmospheric settings for understanding Highland culture and traditions. Clan MacRae, hereditary constables of Eilean Donan for centuries, maintain strong connections to the castle through family histories, artifacts, and ongoing involvement in its preservation. The castle's exhibition tells stories of clan warfare, political intrigue, and daily life that bring Highland history to vivid reality through personal narratives and family connections. The surrounding landscape, encompassing three sea lochs and some of Scotland's most dramatic mountains, provides exceptional opportunities for photography, hiking, and wildlife observation. The Five Sisters of Kintail, towering mountains visible from the castle, offer challenging climbing for experienced hill walkers, while easier paths around the loch shores provide accessible Highland experiences. Eilean Donan's appearance in numerous films, including Highlander and The World Is Not Enough, has made it globally recognizable while contributing to Scotland's international image as a land of romance, mystery, and natural beauty. These media appearances, while sometimes historically inaccurate, have introduced millions of people worldwide to Scottish Highland culture and landscape. The castle's visitor center provides comprehensive interpretation of Highland history, clan culture, and the castle's role in Scottish political events through interactive displays and audiovisual presentations. Guided tours, available during peak season, offer detailed historical context and access to areas not normally open to the public. Traditional Highland hospitality extends to nearby villages, where local pubs serve Highland specialties, including fresh seafood from surrounding lochs, Highland beef, and single malt whiskies from nearby distilleries. These establishments provide authentic cultural experiences while offering comfortable bases for exploring the wider Highland region. The area's changing light conditions, influenced by Highland weather patterns and the interaction of mountains, water, and Skye, create dramatically different atmospheres throughout the day and seasons. Dawn and sunset visits often provide the most spectacular photographic opportunities and peaceful appreciation of this Highland jewel. As our journey through the United Kingdom draws to a close, we hope you've discovered the extraordinary diversity and timeless appeal that makes this nation one of the world's most captivating destinations. From London's vibrant cosmopolitan energy to the wild beauty of the Scottish Highlands, from the ancient mysteries of Stonehenge to the romantic ruins of Eilean Donan Castle, the UK offers experiences that satisfy every type of traveler and create memories that last a lifetime. We've explored bustling cities where history lives alongside innovation, wandered through landscapes that have inspired poets and artists for centuries, and discovered hidden gems where local traditions continue to thrive. Whether you're drawn to the intellectual atmosphere of Cambridge, the musical heritage of Liverpool, the natural wonders of the Lake District, or the mystical allure of Loch Ness, the United Kingdom provides authentic experiences that connect you with stories, cultures, and landscapes unlike anywhere else on Earth. The UK's remarkable preservation of its heritage, combined with its embrace of contemporary culture and innovation, creates a destination where every visit reveals new layers of discovery. Ancient castles stand proudly beside modern architectural marvels. Just traditional pubs serve alongside award-winning restaurants, and age-old customs blend seamlessly with cutting-edge creativity. Your British adventure awaits. Don't let these incredible experiences remain just dreams. Start planning your journey to the United Kingdom today. Whether you have a weekend or a month, whether you prefer guided tours or independent exploration, whether where you seek adrenaline-filled adventures or peaceful retreats, the UK has exactly what you're looking for. Book your flights now and begin the adventure of a lifetime. Visit our website to explore customized itineraries, exclusive offers, and expert travel advice that will help you make the most of your British journey. Connect with us on social media for daily inspiration, insider tips, and stunning photography that will keep your wanderlust alive. Subscribe to our newsletter for exclusive deals, seasonal recommendations, and updates on festivals and events that will enhance your UK experience. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube for behind-the-scenes content, traveler stories, and virtual tours that bring the magic of Britain directly to you. The United Kingdom is calling. Will you answer? Your extraordinary British adventure begins with a single click. Start planning today, and soon you'll be walking in the footsteps of kings and queens, exploring landscapes that have inspired generations, and creating your own unforgettable British story. Join the millions of travelers who have discovered that the United Kingdom isn't just a destination, it's a transformative experience that will enrich your life, broaden your perspectives, and leave you planning your return visit before you've even left. The magic of Britain is waiting for you. Don't wait any longer. Your adventure starts now.